Okay, West Ham United's medical officer, Dr Richard Weiler. While most of us take the tube or the car or the train to the home games, on the final day of the season you're going to be doing something a little bit different. You're going to be jogging in 30 miles. Can you tell us why?
I'm doing it to raise money for a great children's charity. Partly me and Dylan have cooked up the idea, Dylan Tombides, and I'm going to be running from home to work 30 miles to raise money for Caldwell Children. Which is a fantastic children's charity that helps disabled children and supports their families, helps them get into sport by buying them specialist equipment. They've also got a scheme called Destination Dreams, where they take children on special holidays and trips that have terminal illness. So it's a really great charity, and it's a very unusual charity too, in that nearly everything that gets donated goes straight to the kids themselves, which is quite unusual. Very, very special, close to my heart.
You're obviously used here at West Ham working with very fit young men, but away from your day job at West Ham, you're a GP and you work with sports and exercise science and medicine, and you're a big specialist in that field, and obviously you're very keen, not just yourself, but for all young people to get out there and get fit. Yeah,
very much so. I'm very, very hopeful that what we're doing here is what I'm doing is going to maybe make some of the fans of West Ham and followers of football think a little bit about how they get to games, maybe become a bit more physically active. I guess spent a long time sort of working in research and writing medical papers on the subject. Obviously the players are very fit, and we work very closely as a medical team to make sure that they are fit, but the health benefits of being more active and walking a bit more every day go far beyond football, and hopefully it'll promote sort of hopefully some of the fans will think maybe a little bit about being a bit more active themselves for their health and happiness.
One person you mentioned earlier in the interview, Dylan Tombides. Yeah. Everyone who supports West Ham knows he's been through a difficult time health-wise. 2 years ago he was diagnosed with testicular cancer, but you struggled to meet a braver and more inspiring young man.
He's absolutely incredible. It's obviously placed many challenges on him, and I think he's been an inspiration to everybody around the club, and he's touched all of us. And his sheer determination and love for football, and I think, if I can probably say, golf has really spurred him on. He's sailed through all his treatment and made it look very easy, but you know, being active has helped him. Being so fit and maintaining his fitness has helped him remarkably, and he's agreed to come and hopefully help me run the last bit and come and give me a bit of a kick along the way for the last stretch of the run. So that'll be really quite special for me, and hopefully for him too. Just
lastly, you mentioned to me that off camera that you've never run a marathon before, you've never run close to 30 miles before, but you've been in practice. You recently did a job at Wembley, and you ran home, and it was a half marathon distance. That's something quite ridiculous.
Yeah, I suppose so. I carried my water on my back and had my clothes from the conference. I ran home. I've been had a bit of a hard time from the lads because I moaned the next day that my legs were a bit sore. Yeah, no, that's all been part and parcel of the training. But yeah, no, I've never run a race. Did a cross-country ski marathon a long time ago, but I was a lot younger back then, and probably a wee bit lighter too. So yeah, it's going to be a really hard challenge, and I hope that maybe some of the fans and followers of football consider sponsoring me for what is really a great cause, and hopefully that'll make it all worthwhile and spur me on.
Details of how to donate and support you and the Caldwell Children Charity is going to appear in the programme against Newcastle, so hopefully we'll raise a few quid.